In today's video, we look at printing lists. The most exciting thing you can do in Python, the quickest, the best way to do your data science is to print a list in double quick time. So let's get started. So in today's video, we're going to look at how you can handle a list in Python. This is one of the basics, but it's also one of those where I can show you a few little tricks that will really help you to get started. And one of the things that you should be aware of in Python is that you can just create an empty list, and an empty list literally has nothing in it whatsoever. And I think that's worth noting because in some programming languages you have to declare the size of your array, but in Python one of the nice things for beginner programmers is you can append to a list and start with an empty list. If you run this, it's really not going to be very exciting. You're just going to get an empty list, but that's fine. So now what we're going to do is we're going to have some numbers, and I'm just going to show you how these numbers work. So one thing to notice about a number list is that there are no speech marks. So anything regarding integers or floats, you don't need any speech marks, and that's very nice. Now the second list I'm going to make is a list of strings. And the other thing to note about Python is you can mix and match. So if I decided I would like to add 5 or 6, you can literally put anything you like within a list in Python. And for those of you who are advanced programmers, that means you can put objects, which enables you to put things like records in. So please be aware of that and just have a play. Now, just to show you how that will look, I'm just going to print my list. And there you go. You can see the 5 and 6 also got printed. I'm not going to mix the data types here. I'm just going to put it back to that and have a look at that. Right, there we go. Now the next thing I want to show you is that I can print any item in the list and any combination of items in the list. But it is important for you to note, if I do my list 1, stop for a second. What do you think will appear now? Yeah, it was London, because actually what happens is it starts at 0. So to make this a little bit easier for you to see, I'm just going to put the items in here for you so that you can see the items and not worry about these things too much. So now you can see every item and you can see what's going on. So now when I print my list 1, you can see that I've put London 1 in there just to make things a little bit easier for you to see what is going on. And if you've done any string analysis, you can do exactly the same as you would with strings or anything like that. So we can very easily print from 0 to 3. And I'm just going to do that now, like that. Now, you'll notice I put a star in there just now. Let me put that back in for you. Notice how it's got rid of everything around it. So it is purely printing the data. Now, this is just a little Python shortcut, but I think it's one that's very valuable if you're just trying to print things. And what we can also do is if we want commas or something else in our list, we can very easily change what we call the separator. So we've got the same thing here, 0 to 3, and we've got our separator. So let's have a look at that now. And you can see each one now comes with a comma and a space. And like other string things, we can also print it backwards. Now the way we do this is we use -1. Let's have a look at that one. So what we've done there is printed the last item. And if we want to print all of the list backwards, we put a colon there and you get the list in reverse, and you can still do things like include your star and your separator as well. So that's really quite nice, and you can see the list going backwards there. Now, my final little challenge for you is I've given you all the clues. So here are the clues. Using the list provided, can you print the 2nd to the 4th with dashes separating each entry? Try and give that a go, because it's a nice little challenge and I've given you all the parts to have a go. Pause the video here, have a go. If you're really stuck, I will help you with the solution. Right, now let's have a look at that. Now the first thing is, let's be honest, we asked for this in human terms. So we want first, second, third, fourth, and I'll include the fifth just so you can see it. So please remember, we're going to have 0 as our beginning, but we don't really want to do that when we're asking for the second to the fourth item here. So that was our first little bit of the challenge, print. Second part of the challenge is we do want a star of my list. And as you're aware, the second item is the first in the position of the list because we go 0, 1. So 0 is first and we want it to go to 4. And we would like our separator and we would like that to be a dash. Okay, so with a bit of luck, that will work. And there you are, you can see that. And you can see the power of this, you know, when you go to London, Paris, New York on the things, you can see what's going on. Hopefully that's a little bit of a guide to slicing and dicing a list and looping through it when you are printing without having to use any for loops or anything clever like that. If you enjoyed this video, leave me a like, sub to the channel would be awesome, and let me know what kind of videos you enjoy and you would like. And a big shout out to the students who asked for this particular video. I hope it's useful and I hope it helps you out.